What up, kids? Welcome to episode 20 something of the QDecent podcast. How we doing today? How you doing today? I'm alright, dude. I got this hoodie from Walmart, I guess. Got to see my kid. And I get to see my kid. I get to thank you, state of Iowa. And my Bluetooth speaker stopped working. I tweeted about this. My Bluetooth speaker stopped working and my grandma's about to die. And I got a little FaceTime with her. Got to hop on the little video chat, and she is about to depart. She's like SpongeBob in that I'ma head out meme. She can't really swallow anymore, and she's seizing, I guess. So, love you, Grandma, and you're gonna be alright. And I do feel that way, you know. She's gonna be alright. She was a good lady. She used to play, you know how little kids play with toys, dolls, action figures, whatever it may be. We used to do Bob and Larry from what's it called, Veggie Tales. We had the little plush little Beanie Baby Bob and Larry, and we would play that. I would be Larry and she would be Bob. And damn, she killed it, dude. She knew how to act. You should have been a voice actor, Grandma. You could have been Bob. You could have been frickin' all the different parts on Rick and Morty. Shit. You were good at that. You could have played fucking Peter, Brian, and Stewie and Quagmire all at the same time. That's how good you were. And you loved international coffee. And you loved muffins. And you loved Eggs Benedict from Perkins. Shout out to Perkins. That was her favorite restaurant there in the end. So shouts out. And rest in peace, Grandma. Catch you in heaven in a couple of years. I hope. Not for her, but for me. I'll probably make it, man. If heaven's around, I'm sure if heaven is real, then it's not as we have imagined it to be on Earth. Because that wouldn't be, what you can imagine on Earth, dude. That wouldn't be as good as what it must be like. And, maybe heaven is just that quick little DMT trip that you have right as you're going out. You die and your brain floods with chemicals and you trip balls. Hope you're having a good trip, Grandma. Anyway, it's kind of what I'm feeling today. Got the text this morning and I responded to it with, a colon in the first parenthesis, the beginning parenthesis. If you do colon in the end parenthesis, that's a smiley face. You do colon in the beginning parenthesis, that's a frowny face. That's how I felt this morning. And then when I got off the FaceTime, I'll admit I gave it a good cry, dude. I cried. That's my grandma, man. That's my homie. And she really loved me, and I really love her. So, getting a little emotional right now again. But that's good. My buddy Jeremy is getting married in the summer. And I'm going to be his best man. I'm gonna have to wear a suit probably. I got a nice jacket. I wore it to court. And I'll probably wear that. Maybe a nice red or a purple tie or something. I think he wants to do purple. Or it's probably she. It's probably what she wants to do. Because, the bride gets to make those decisions, man. Or woman. I say man. What up, man? And I'm down for that. It's They always say it's the bride's day. You can roast the groom, but don't roast the bride. I heard that recently. I don't know though. I think genders should be equality. Isn't that what feminism is? That everybody should be equal? Let me look into that, you guys, because I've been feeling this a lot lately. I've been feeling this sentiment of I don't want gender roles. Here, let me check this out. Feminism. Feminism is the advocacy of women's rights on the basis of equality of the sexes. I'm down for that. I think that everybody should get treated the same. I don't think everybody is the same. I do believe that women and men are different a little bit. I think somebody said it really well once. We're all the same, but with a few key differences. Probably Dr. Drew, I think, that said that, and that stuck with me. Few key differences. Periods. Prostate cancer. Jaw lines. Sometimes. Average height. And instincts. And I mean, there's always exceptions to every rule. But people's instincts are different. And the way people go about relationships is a little different. In general. But we're mostly all the same. And I think everybody should be able to be made fun of in the same way. I think each gender should buy each other dinner the equal number of times. Say you go to a nice steak restaurant, steak dinner. You guys get the green beans, you get the mashed potatoes, the sautéed mushrooms. You guys get a couple of glasses of wine, maybe a shot of sake. That porterhouse, and then the bill comes to $250, $300 for two people. You should split that. And I know that currently in the society, the man tends to want to ensure that he gets laid. He wants to fuck. He wants to get in them panties, And so he'll drop down that credit card, drop the plastic. And then she gets the free dinner. She takes off the panties. She probably would have done it anyway. And then he gets a shitty credit score because he can't pay for all that. And I don't like that. I think you should hold the door for each other the equal number of times. I think you should both. I think you should split it, man. Split the difference. I'm down for gender equality. I would say something about the pay gap, but I don't own a business, so I don't have a payroll. But if I ever do get a payroll, there's not going to be a pay gap. If anything, the men will make less, man, because they're always going to the bathroom to jerk off. And that takes time. My time. Anyway, I'm a feminist. I'll say it. But I'm not one of these modern feminists. I'm the definition I read. I think that everybody should be the same. You too, Grandma. You should have picked up the check more often, then maybe you wouldn't be dying. I'm just kidding. I love you, Grandma. What do we got today? Check me out on Twitter, you guys. I've had 15 followers forever. And if you listen to the show, hit me with a follow at QDecent Podcast. And that's just me. That is just me. I think that Dude, I took a drug test because, as you know, I'm working on getting custody of my son. And they want to make sure that I'm not on drugs. And that's great. Because they took him away because we were on, or she was on drugs. I was too, but they didn't test me. Now they're testing me. They're doing their due diligence, that due Jake Gyllenhaal diligence. And back in the day, man, I used to do drug tests for probation. I got a couple of felony charges. I didn't get convicted with these felonies, you guys. I did not, but I had some charges and I was on probation, and so I wanted to smoke weed, and I faked the drug tests. And I got caught in the stupidest goddamn way. I went to apply for a job at Zio Jono's. Hey, by the way, fuck you guys. Just because you had one asshole manager, I don't know if it's a franchise or not, but even if it is, fuck you guys. And I went in there, and my buddy Alex, we're gonna have to call Alex, he said that the boss wasn't around and that I could use their sink. And so I turned the water on hot. I put the fake urine up to the sink, man. Heated it up. Body heat. And then the manager walked in and he said, "Hey man, what the fuck are you doing? Who are you?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And he seemed like a cool guy. So I told him what was up. I didn't lie. I said, "Hey man, yeah, I'm just preparing for this test here." And he thought I had drugs. He thought that I was holding drugs. It was just fake urine, synthetic urine. And he's like, "Hey man, that's not cool. Get the fuck out of here. I'm gonna call." I told him what was up. I'm preparing for this drug test. Juvenile court, man. I really am saying man a lot. Juvenile, because this was a man though, so it's cool. Juvenile court. I'm preparing for a drug test. I was heating it up. Your little employee Alex told me I could do it. And he was like, "That's not cool. Get the fuck out. I'm gonna call them and tell them what you're up to." And he did. And he took down the camera footage of me doing it. He did all of that. He called him up and he told him that I was faking their drug tests and getting away with it. It was the last one. I had done 5 successfully and I was on the last one and I got caught. And so after that, for a while, we had a couple of buddies call up Zio Jono's and just order a bunch of food. Let me get like 12 family-sized pastas and a motherfucking couple of sandwiches. I don't know what they sell there, those assholes. And then you just order it for pickup and then you never pick it up. That's what they would do. That's what my homies would do. And no regrets, dude. I think it's pretty funny. My friend really liked to do that. He would call up, Pancheros, or he would call up the rib place. You would order a bunch of ribs. You would order, "Hey, I got a bus full of 30 volleyball kids here. We're on our way to get burritos. So let me get 10 chicken burritos. Let me get 12 steak burritos, 4 burrito bowls, and 2 Impossibles, 2 veggies." And then you just never pick it up. That's kind of fucked up, but oh man, those people ate that food. 30 burritos, they had to throw some of it away. Maybe they gave it to a homeless man with a dog. Maybe the dog got one of those burrito bowls. But there was no bus full of 30 volleyball students. And fuck Zio Jono's, man. Man. Girl. I should start saying girl. No. I mean, volleyball students tend to be girls. I'll give them that. You ever seen a professional dude volleyball player? I haven't. Anyway, I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm getting tired. Getting tired is kind of just like, I feel like getting tired is just getting old for that day. Shit, man, I'm old for the day. I gotta get to bed. And you wake up in the morning young again. You wake up a baby, you go to bed a 75-year-old man who smoked cigarettes. He smoked Marlboro Lights his whole life. He's got cancer now. And he liked steak. And he's dead. He fell asleep. So when I'm tired, I feel like I'm just getting old for the day. I don't know if there's really much to that, but I said it. I went shopping today, you guys. I got some news. We have what I originally promised to you back in the day, a podcast hotline. And I got the phone, I got the number. And that's what you see here in this bag that I've had sitting in view this whole time. Got a couple of things we're gonna unpackage here for the show. First of all, I got Aquafina. Shout out to Aquafina. I will say you guys are better than Dasani. Just take a little sip here. Sponsored, not sponsored. Nobody's paying me, but Aquafina, I will do it. Hit me up. I'll do it for like $5. And I'll do a good job. We got Monster Peach Rehab Tea. And I've said before that I would like to sponsor this product, but only this flavor. I will not endorse any other Monster flavor. I do like they have a virgin tea. They got a dragon white tea that it says on the back it was only served by virgins in ancient Asia. It was served by virgins in ancient Asia. You know what I'm talking about, man. Girl. And we're just gonna crack this little bitch up. This little orange whore. Because I gotta clean. I gotta clean my room today. I gotta clean the studio. Gotta clean the car. Because that's what adults do. They clean up after themselves. And that's a difference between adults and children. And that's a difference that most people don't talk about. Well, people talk about it. But I think the main difference between adults and children is that an adult, a good adult, will clean up after themselves. You take your shirt off, you throw it on the floor. You take your socks off, you toss them in the corner. You don't pick them up for a week. Child. You pick them up within an hour. Adult. Or mature child. Ooh, that was loud. I got a couple of packs of smokes because my grandma died. I'm lying. It's not because my grandma died. I bought a pack of smokes before she's dying, but this is just an excuse. And they give you a discount if you buy two. I hate myself. And I will not be sponsored by Marlboro. Hopefully, I don't fuck with these anymore. I was like 8 months off of them, and I said, all right, we're doing it again. And the most exciting thing in the bag, you guys, is a new iPhone. And I would be sponsored by Apple. Steve Jobs, he's dead. He's just hanging out with my grandma. And the podcast hotline, I'll tell you right now, is 612-447-4964. And that's 4 4s. You got the 447 and you got the 4964. So that's 4 4s. And that's how you'll remember it. I don't know if anybody's going to call, but if you want to give me a call, leave a message. Let's do it. We're going to open this phone up and see what we got. Here we are. It's red. This is going to be the podcast phone. Apple, hit me up, guys. Set up later. I don't have contacts. I can't call anyone. Unless I know their number. Let's see what Phil's up to. And he was one of my comrades in calling up the food places and ordering food. So let's see if he's gonna answer. Calling. Here we go. Let's see if Phil answers. This is a new he doesn't know this number. But if he doesn't answer, he's a piece of shit. Hey, Phil, this is Emmett. You're
Alright, what's up?
just got a new podcast hotline phone. You're on the show. What are you doing?
Um, just helped my dad unload some brick.
Brick. Okay, like weed
Yeah.
bricks, like bricks of weed from Mexico.
Yep.
Awesome, dude. You're gonna unload those. Unload those for 20 a G. You there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. We were just talking about calling poncheros with a bus full of volleyball students that aren't real and ordering 30 burritos. So did you personally do this?
Yeah. I remember who I was with.
Yeah, who was that?
I don't remember who I was with.
Oh, you
but
don't. Gotcha. And I and I
that was fun.
and I remember we used to conspire to get free food from the rib place or the Carlos O'Kelly's.
Oh, yeah. Punch card, just...
Well, there was the punch card heist, and there was the calling in to the fucking piece of shit Zio Jonos and Carlos and ordering food, and then I would eat it or we would just leave it and not come. And do you feel bad about that at all?
No.
Yeah, I'm glad that you
Definitely
say
not
no.
punch cards, but...
The punch card heist. Just steal the punch cards, snap them 10 at a time. That was great.
It was all well-earned. Well-deserved punch card.
Well deserved, man. But yeah, that was good. So yeah, I'm just calling out to you because I mostly I don't know anybody's phone number, and I got a new phone here, and we're doing a test call. And
Oh, yeah, it's awesome. Got me
Yeah.
at a weird time, but...
yeah, you got to get going or
No.
no? Awesome. Yeah, dude. I found out my grandma's dying.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I got to FaceTime her one last time though.
Is that your mom's mom?
My mother's mother, yeah, she's got the dementia, and she can't eat food anymore. She's about to be heading out of this world. It's not great, but she's gonna be all right. She was a Christian lady. She's gonna go to heaven or whatever. And I'll see her in 80 years, because that's how old I'm gonna live to be, 102.
What happened to the 27 Club?
Yeah, I thought that was cool for a while, man. Die at 27, pull a Hendrix, pull a Joplin, but what's her name? Pull a Winehouse.
23 Club.
The 23 Club. Yeah, I would die by next year. What about that Suicide Boys line? The legend is that you won't see 20. Do you remember that? It's in that song. Oh shit, what is the line? The legend is that you won't see 20. Me and Lil Uzi for the cruelty, just a product of the times. You know that song?
Sounds familiar.
Yeah, it's one of their famous songs, dude. But yeah, I'm more about living a long, healthy life now because I'm not fucked in the head anymore.
So, send me Bones Europe tour.
Bones Europe tour. I'm down for that.
Netherlands or something.
Yeah, we could go to Amsterdam, get a couple hookers, get a couple joints,
Yeah.
and see that Elmo. I rep that. Yeah.
A couple $1,000.
A couple thousand, really? Oh, and we gotta go early too because we gotta quarantine.
What?
If you go to Europe, you gotta quarantine for 2 weeks when you land. Airbnb.
Like before you can leave? Or
No, right when you get there.
what? Like they have special Airbnbs That's
No,
right.
no, but I think you have to quarantine if you fly out of the country.
I think like before you go back, you have to have quarantined for a certain amount of days, right?
Yeah, maybe you're right. I don't really know
Back.
what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm one of the stupidest motherfuckers I know. So.
Facts. That's big facts.
Anyway, man, you want to play Warzone later?
I'm kind of down. So are you there right now?
No, I'm doing QDecent podcast right now.
Oh, okay, okay.
But yeah, thanks for talking to me and shit.
Yeah,
And
I'd be down.
and you got anything to say to the fans?
412.
412. And you don't know what that means, but that's okay. All right, dude. Thanks. I'll call you later.
Give me a call, dude.
All right. All right. Peace out.
Peace.
And that was Phil Gillette. I would like to have him on the podcast, but he lives down there in Iowa, and I'm going down there. We're going to open up a new studio. We got a new producer, Presumed Dead, Google Official. That's my brother. He's Google Official. Check him out. And then we can have Phil on the guest as a regular. I don't know if he was talking loud enough there. You might not have been able to hear him. And if so, I'm sorry I just wasted 6 minutes of your life. But Aquafina is that good shit. You know, they're opening up movie theaters now. They are. They are opening up the AMCs, the Marcus Theaters. Specifically AMC. They're opening up. You got to wear a mask, which I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Because I read on their app, you got to go in, you got to wear a mask. And they lay down the specific rules for the mask. You got to wear one that covers your nose, your mouth. It can't have a ventilator, can't have any holes in it, can't have an open neck. You can't have a bandana. And the same deal with the planes, unless you're actively eating or drinking. Which I know some of you fat fucks out there will go into a movie theater and get a large popcorn, get a bunch of Crunch, get a fucking Raisinets, and you'll eat that whole bitch before the previews are up. And you guys got to put your mask back on, but if you eat like a normal person, you can just leave your mask off the whole time because you're eating the whole time. And what are they going to do? Have a guy down there at the front of the movie waiting for you to take your mask off and then interrupt the movie to say, Hey, you. Hey, put on your mask. You're not eating. And then you just pop a piece of popcorn in your mouth and say, shut the fuck up, Jim. Shut the fuck up, Marcus. I bet there's a guy named Marcus who works at AMC. And everybody says, hey, what up, Marcus? What up, Marcus Theaters? Fucking asshole. Go get a job at Marcus. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about masks on planes or movie theaters. I mean, the flight attendant can remind you, but the movie theater is especially dumb. And I don't know why people don't just cut a little slice open in their mask. So, like, right under the fold, they fold up, cut a hole right under the fold, and just stick your little Sprite straw in there and just drink that. Why don't people do that? Because you're hiding it. You can get away with shit if you try. If you're smart, you can get away with anything. Dude, I'm going to miss Minnesota when I leave. And one of the things I'm going to miss is the speed limits. I drove to Iowa City recently. I just got back. And they got a lot of weird speed limits in Iowa City, like 35. They don't have that here. Speed limit 35, never seen it in Minnesota. It's either 30 or it's 50 or it's 60 or it's 70. Those are the options. And I wish Iowa would get on board with that. That's what you got. Those are your options. 30, 50, maybe 40, but not even that probably. 60 and 70. I mean, maybe throw a 75 in there, but 35 is weird. I don't like that. 45? Weird. And I see all that in Iowa City. Speed limit 35. Why don't you just drive a horse and buggy down Dubuque Street? Call it 35. Like, that's dumb. Pick a lane. Right lane, left lane, I don't care. 30, 50, 60, 70. Those are legitimate speed limits. And shout out to Minnesota for that. I also like the trees here. I like the grass. I like the rocks. The fucking forests. It's got a wild vibe. The nature is wild. They got a prettier fall. They got lakes. 10,000 lakes. 10,000 fucking snitches, I've heard. I've heard that. I've heard 10,000 treatment centers. Of course, those are both drug related. Some drug addict told me land of 10,000 snitches, man. The world is the land of 10,000 snitches. This is the world of 300 billion snitches. We're all snitches. Pfft. Dude, I'll snitch on anyone. I'll snitch on, like, my best friend. I won't snitch on my family, but I'll snitch on anybody besides them. I'll snitch on grandma. She's about to die. I'll tell everybody she drank too much international coffee. And I'll snitch on Aaron Romano, that asshole. He's a Trump supporter. He wears a MAGA hat every single day, and he trashes Biden on Twitter relentlessly. And we're gonna confront him about it on the next episode of the Real Happy Days podcast. If you haven't seen that other podcast, man, check it. Give it a peek. Don't watch episode 1. Terrible audio. Watch episode 2 or 3. We're gonna do episode 4 on Wednesday, and that's gonna be good. And we're gonna confront Aaron about being a Trump supporter. He's a MAGA fuck. And you know, if you like Trump, I don't hate you. But if you're Aaron Romano and you like Trump, you're the worst. You're terrible. And I'm going to come at your life. Anyway, what else do I got? What else do I got for you guys today? Halloween is coming up. And that's exciting. And I feel like there might be a lot of kids running around the neighborhood 6 feet from the door. They ring the doorbell with the gloves on. They got medical gloves. They got a mask. They ring the doorbell, run back 6 feet, and then adults will open up the door and pelt them with candy. Maybe one kid will be dressed up as the coronavirus, and then everyone will just tell him to get out. They'll throw rocks at him. Maybe it's a girl. Maybe some little 8-year-old girl, Chelsea or whatever, is gonna dress up as the coronavirus molecule. And she's gonna get stoned by adult homeowners, Democrats, Republicans, Independent. No, the Independents will be nice to Chelsea, because the Independents know to wash their hands. They know to keep their bodies healthy. They don't smoke. They don't overeat, and they're gonna survive the coronavirus, the COVID-19. They're gonna be fine. I'm gonna move, and I'm gonna miss this place. We're doing a Halloween party, Day of the Dead. But I actually haven't. I'm switching topics on you like mad, but I have this inversion table. It was like $900, and it's really heavy. It's designed for old, fat people, because that's who I am. And we're going to stick it in the U-Haul. I'm going to have to move it into the U-Haul. Broke it for a while. My homie fixed it with a welder. And it's heavy, dude. And I'm not looking forward to moving that. Maybe this table, or maybe we're going to move this guy. I love this table. But yeah, I don't even know how I feel about all that. We'll get into a new studio in a couple months. It's a while off, but we're looking forward to that. Gonna get the new podcast producer, Presumed Dead. Hopefully he'll be able to interact with me a little bit on some of these episodes. And hopefully he won't be the coronavirus for Halloween. That'd be pretty ridiculous. So I got a couple of ongoing things I've been doing on this show. One of them is the classic QD story. And this week I got kind of a funny one for you. It's a story from 8th grade, and I was in choir. I was big on choir. Show choir, chamber choir, manor corps. That's choir for German men, gay men. We would sing songs like really intensely a cappella songs. I remember one that we would always do is Climbing Up the Mountain. It was a religious tune. We would always put all the emphasis on the it's really important in choir to put emphasis on your consonants. We would sing Climbing Up the Mountain, children. And then the basses come in. Oh Lord, I didn't come here for to stay. Oh brother, if I never more see you again, gonna meet you at the judgment day. Meet you. We don't do that. Gonna meet you at the judgment day. Oh yes, I'm climbing up the mountain, children. Children. You probably didn't want to hear me do that. But I got a beautiful voice. I can do bass, I can do baritone, I can do tenor even. Climbing up the mountain, children. And I liked that song. Anyway, back to the story. In 8th grade, there's this kid, Jeb. And I won't tell you his real name, but you know who you are, Jeb. We all called him Jeb. And we were going to sing Journey. We were going to say it was the teacher's idea, Miss Finger. Ridiculous fucking name, Mrs. Finger. Miss Finger. I'm surprised there weren't more jokes about fingering her in the back room. Anyway, she wasn't that pretty. She's aight. And Jeb and I, we're gonna sing Journey. It was her idea. We're gonna sing what's the song called? Just a small town girl living in a lonely world. What's that song called? God damn it. Street lights, people. Dude. Oh, no. I just clicked restart on my computer. Good thing it didn't do it. Just a small town girl. I love how you can Google lyrics and find the song. And Don't Stop Believin'. I'm an idiot. We're going to sing Don't Stop Believin'. Miss Finger's idea. Jeb and I thought it might be good if we turned the beginning of the song. You know, there's a score for every song. It's written out. Shows the parts. The bass part, the tenor part, the soprano part. Got an alto in there maybe. And you know the opening song. The opening of the song. Just a small town girl. And we thought it would be nice to make it a solo. So, Miss Finger, can we make this a solo? Can we have auditions and make this opening part a solo? Because we wanted all the glory. I did. I always thought I was the best singer around, and I knew it too. I was way better of a singer than Jeb. He's a nice kid. One time I remember I stole a couple dollars from him, like $2. And I felt bad. Sorry, Jeb. And I keep getting off track. She agreed. Good idea. Let's make it a solo, but let's split it up into two. Just a small town girl part and just a city boy part. Just a city boy. Born and raised in Gainesville, Florida. That's not the words, but that's where I was born. And so we held auditions. Some people auditioned. Jeb and I both auditioned. And that's who she gave the solo parts to. She's like, all right, it was your guys' idea. You can have the parts. Emmett and Jeb. And since obviously I'm the better singer, they put me second. First is the worst, second is the best. That's like a junior high-esque sort of saying. And we went up on stage, night of the concert. and there's only one microphone. They're not going to put us to the side and give us 2 microphones. They give us 1 microphone. And Jeb goes first. He comes in with his weak-ass voice. Just a small-town Jeb. Living in a Jeb world. That's what he sounded like. And then he liked the glory. He liked the fame. Just like I did. We all do. It's intoxicating. But then his part comes to an end. She took a midnight jab going anywhere. And then really soon after that, you know, the next part starts. Just a city boy. My part. And this fucker wouldn't move out of the way. It's like he was standing right in front of the mic, just like this. And he took up all the space. And so I needed to get in there. I needed to get up in there and show the world my beautiful talent. Just a city boy. That's what it sounded like. That's how good I was. That's just a little taste of what I can do right there. Just a city boy. And man, Jeb wouldn't get out the way. And so the notes are coming up. The tempo's going. It's coming. And so I shoved him a little bit. Not with my hands, with my shoulder. I stepped in front of the microphone, and he happened to be in my way still, basking in his glory. And I come through, just a city boy. And everyone's like, oh my God, he's so good. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh. That's what my uncle would want me to say. Don't use the Lord's name in vain. And Jeb, dude, I'm sorry, man. I had to push you out the way. You were in my way. But afterwards, everyone was like, damn, Emmett. You're a savage. You pushed Jeb right out of the way. And, you know, I didn't want to push you. I didn't want to push him. He was just in my way. It's like if I wanted to eat a sandwich and somebody else's mouth was like right in front of that sandwich, I would move them out of the way. You know, especially if the sandwich was on a sandwich stand on a stage in front of a bunch of people. I'm not going to just grab the sandwich out and take a bite. I'm going to push you out though. It's my sandwich. It's my solo. I'm better at eating sandwiches than you. But yeah, that kid wouldn't get out of the way. And I did what I had to do. And that's what you got. That's what we're all doing. It's 2020. It's Corona times. We're doing what we got to do. We are doing what we got to do. At least I am. And I hope you are too. So if you are working on getting the virus, if you want to get Corona, get it over with, and some Chinese kid stealing your glory, move him out of the way and take his coronavirus away from him and take it for yourself. And infect that girl you like, or that boy you like, or that woman or that man is what I should be saying. Because this is not a time for pedophilia or racism or transphobia, apparently. And nobody's ever called me transphobic, but I probably am. I'm afraid as fuck of my own sexuality. Oh man. I don't know. But people are calling out. Everybody's calling out everybody, canceling everybody, and I don't like it. I really don't. I believe people can change. And you make one offhanded comment about a chick with a dick or a dude with a period, and you're done. You make one offhanded comment about a black man who's also gay, and maybe he's a Trump supporter, and then you don't even know which box to check on the hate crime list anymore. A gay black man with a Make America Great Again hat. I would like to have him on my podcast. Anyway, that was my QD classic story, and I don't know if it's QD classic or not, but it was a story. Everybody's canceling each other. People can change, dude, and people are wrong. And one prime example of this, well, I don't know if I want to say that. I don't know if I want to go into that. But I will say that I miss some people who have been canceled. I got really excited today because I saw a tweet from Brian Callen. And that's my boy. That's not my boy, but that's a guy who I'm a fan of, who was accused of sexual misconduct. And I still think he's funny. I still want to watch him talk. And he tweeted at some lady, Jen Kirkman, said, "Hey, why don't you actually come and talk to me and meet me? Come on my podcast, and we'll work it out instead of just trying to destroy me. You don't even know me. Let's work it out." And I just got really excited because I haven't heard from him in a while. I don't know. I don't know if he did creepy things to ladies, but I miss that guy. I do. And I'm just mad that people aren't a little bit more enlightened about canceling people. And you can't cancel me until I'm famous. I mean, maybe you can. Maybe one of these clips will blow up. I don't know. I don't think that... I'm not worried about getting canceled because you can think whatever you want about me, and I still have my microphone and my iPhone. Hell, I got 2 iPhones now. Check out the podcast hotline, 612-447-4964, or tweet at me at QDecent Podcast. What else do I have today? This has been an alright episode. And what I'll close out with is just a little thought about doing things one more time. I don't know if you're addicts. I don't know if you're an addict or maybe you're really into, you're addicted to, whatever it might be. An unhealthy sexual relationship. Frickin' smoking. Domestic abuse, methamphetamine. It's a big one for me. And people will tend, and I don't know if people tend to do this. I think they do. Us addicts. We tend to quit, get our life on track, and then think, oh, let me just do this thing that I know is bad for me one more time. And let me tell you right now, don't do it. It's not a good plan. If you're really into something bad and you quit and then you miss it and you want to do it one more time to get it out of your system, what you're really doing is putting it into your system. You're just like mainlining that domestic abuse or that little nicotine stick. You're not getting it out of your system. You're putting it in. It's not a good idea. If you want to do that thing, I'm really bad about this. If you want to do that bad thing one more time, take it from me, man, don't. Take it from me, girl, don't. Just don't. If you want to go online shopping for some motorcycle boots or some expensive sunglasses just because you want to feel that rush that you get from clicking add to cart or buy now. If you want to watch some kind of fucked up porn one more time, it's not going to help. I promise. And that's what I'll leave you guys on today. Hit me up on the hotline once again, 612-447-4479. Fuck, I fucked it up again. Listen to me. 4964. That's 447-4964. 4 4s. I am on Twitter at QDecent Podcast. Check it out. Give me a follow. Hit me with your thoughts, feelings. I love you, kids. Thanks for listening. And be good to yourselves. Don't mistreat yourself. Don't indulge yourself with your destructive desires like so many others do. You voted for Trump in 2016, you just want to vote for him one more time? Don't do it. Vote for Biden. I know he's old and weird, and his little leg hairs stand up when children sit on his lap or whatever the fuck. What is that anyway? That's a really creepy clip. But vote for him anyway, because he's not blatantly attempting a fascist takeover. I don't know what I'm talking about. Like I said, I'm a dumb motherfucker. But just something to think about. Anyway, thanks for listening. I love you very, very much. And have a beautiful, beautiful life. Even if you die tonight, just enjoy it. Look at the nature, look at the trees, and look at yourself and love yourself. Just love yourself. That's all I got. Peace.